Good morning, and today we are heading to Thors Cave.
As Lizzie said, we are driving through the Staffordshire countryside up to the Peak District today, which is a national park. Yeah, national park. And as the name suggests, it's full of peaks. It's a very hilly area. I've never been before, but it's meant to be absolutely beautiful. Trying to figure out where in the Peak District we would like to go, and we've settled on trying to find something called, as Lizzie said, Thors Cave. God of Thunder. So we'll see what we can find.
So we are walking to Thors Cave in the Peak District. Honestly, the drive up here was terrifying. We're, I don't know, about 300 metres above sea level, and we're not even on the highest point, but we had to drive up around these pretty scary windy roads with sheer drops either side. My vehicle definitely wasn't designed for that. But now we're up here. It's beautiful. Just worried about the drive down. But yeah, Thors Cave. I know nothing about it. We just saw it on the map and thought, well, let's go and check that out. So let's go.
What have you found?
This wall is around 600 years old.
And do you like the moss?
Very soft.
It is soft,
And
isn't
lush.
it?
It's very nice up here.
What do you think of the view?
Absolutely beautiful. It feels like we're in a canyon, but we're not.
Wow, this is the Peak District. So this is technically Derbyshire?
I'm not sure. It's either Staffordshire and Derbyshire.
And all I'm wearing is pink. And a blue.
Go on then, walk in front of me. Let me see your outfit. Walk in front. Are you all kitted out, ready for your hike?
Yeah. It's going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long one. How was the drive?
Alright. Alright, just there's very steep mountains.
It was very steep mountains. It's absolutely beautiful day. It's not too cold. It's fresh up here in the peaks. It's not too cold.
And we're going to go all the way up that hill to see the view. I'm sure it'll be worth it. Very tiring hike. We're about, I would say, like 2/3 the way up.
Up this peak.
Yeah.
I don't know how much further we've got to go to get to cave though. Could be further than that.
Yeah, but up to peak, just around there.
You're having a drink.
Yeah. Very tiring.
Just about see in the distance the houses of the village where we've left the car.
Look at this beautiful view. It was worth the climb, wasn't it?
It was definitely worth the climb. It's absolutely stunning. Got a little bit more walking to do, right?
But that's a long, long way down. I'm not going on to the highest bit. I'm not risking it. No way.
Can I take a picture of you, baby?
Sure.
So we headed back up the track, and I saw on the audience survey map that there is a way down into the valley into a leisure trail. We were looking at the area by the cave, and we thought, oh well, this is very cliffy. And we weren't very comfortable with it. So we kept staring at the audience survey map, going on the track back towards Wetton. When we realised that the track we'd followed wasn't actually a public footpath, it was a concession path put in by the landowner. So we are now actually walking down through the public footpath. And as I stand here, it's much more gentle, much more easy to navigate. And that ridge over there, with the big cliff where there's people stood on top, is where the concession path leads. Looking at the way the light is hitting these mossy ancient walls and the trees. We have a field gate to go through. Look at that. Doesn't that look magical? Bit muddy. You found yourself another stick. It's just how mossy everything is. It's just, and this light filtering through, I find it so beautiful. What do you think?
It's like an enchanted wood.
Now I can hear something calling, some kind of bird or something. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, that is a good stick. Well done. You finally found a good walking stick. Yes, much more sensible than the ones you were picking up yesterday. Wow, look at that. Sun's directly overhead. You can just about make out the tip of the cliff that we were just stood on. Look at it.
I know.
Just dominates the landscape, doesn't it?
And now we are at Thors Caves.
Yeah, so this is the bottom. We found this Peak District National Park sign which says Thors Cave has been formed over thousands of years by effects of water and wind. The name may be a corruption of Thors, meaning hill, but some people think it comes from Thor, the god of thunder. In Anglo-Saxon, Thor was called Thunor.
So it's perhaps that it was made over loads of thunderstorms.
It says many of the caves in this area have been used by humans and animals for shelter. Bones of the giant red deer and bears have been found in the area. The cave itself was the site of a Bronze Age burial. That's quite cool.
It's cool.
This is such an idyllic little spot. The sun's gone behind the clouds and you can just see the cave here. It's absolutely ginormous. It's so impressive. So we're just discussing Thors Cave and the fact that on the signboard it said that it could be a play on of Thor or Thors Cave. But I commented that, you know, if there's a Bronze Age burial found in there, it was obviously important to the people that lived here before the Roman invasion and later the Vikings and Anglo-Saxons. And obviously the Vikings and the Anglo-Saxons both believed in Thunor or Thor, which are similar gods. So it would make sense that the people that came here would take on the special meaning that the Bronze Age people put on that cave. And Stephen pointed out that whilst we were walking away from the cave, you could hear people talking in there so loud. It was really roaring out.
Probably shouting because it was echoing, and you could just hear it coming out of the cave.
It was like a proper roar, wasn't it? So
Just like thunder.
Just like thunder, which, you know, obviously the myth of Thunor and Thor is that he smacks his hammer on the ground, and that sound of the hammer hitting the ground is the sound of thunder. So I can imagine, actually, if you went in there and you hit a hammer in there, it would sound like thunder.
Oh, easy, yeah.
It would.
It would echo out.
It would sound like a roar. So I think there's something in it. I personally, maybe I'm living in a fantasy world, but I think there's something in it. Oh yeah, I can see it. Lizzie, can you see the cave right up ahead? I'm gonna stand still so I can see if I can zoom in. I feel so lucky to be here right now. How do you feel?
Very lucky. I love the wild.
So we are now walking through the ford. I've only ever walked through one other field in my life, and that was in Laycock. So if you don't know, a ford is where you have to cross a river by walking through it.
I got sticks, right? Won't be a problem.
It's fine.
I go try.
We've got waterproof boots on, it's fine. Really? Well, that's why you don't run in a ford.
Okay. That was by accident.
We're lucky you didn't end up in there. But there was a bridge we could have taken. And you're quite warm.
Oh, no, it's soaked. I'm soaked.
Yeah, but most of the stuff's waterproof and you're all dry.
So this is old. Is this actually an old mill then?
Yeah, I think possibly. It looks like it.
It's pretty.
We saw this on the map.
Are we getting a coffee?
Oh yeah, we'll get a drink.
Yeah. Do you want a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, or an ice cream?
Yeah, maybe an ice cream.
Right, we'll see them. Oh, Wetton Mill. What have you got?
I've got an ice cream.
And
Tea.
you got.
I had a bakewell tart. I've almost finished it because it was so good.
And a Pepsi, and I
Pepsi,
have
yeah.
this incredible looking Easter muffin and a cup of tea. I do feel like I'm going to need a massive salad later though. What a spot for a cup of tea! Look at this!
Another tea.
I know, like how lucky are we? What's that?
I tripped over and I lost my stick.
Yeah, Lizzie lost her stick because she didn't realise that the ford could be a bit slippy, and instead of walking across it,
I thought I could just grab the stick, run up and use it to swing myself across.
Lizzie thought she could do some pole leaping.
Yeah.
and she ran and jumped into the ford, slid on her bottom and lost her stick. So now we have to find a new hiking stick.
Yeah, busy. But it arrived great.
It's a good job you're wearing the right clothes.
Yeah. But I actually got water sloshing in my hiking boots.
It will dry.
Do you know where your stick is now? A long way down there probably.
She played the ultimate game of poo sticks. We just stood up on a footpath behind Wetton Mill after we've just finished our tea and cake. And over in the distance, through the valley, you can see the peak of Thors Cave.
Very beautiful.
Spectacular. So Lizzie, what do you think? Recommend Wetton Mill for a tea stop?
1,000%.
1,000%. Was it that good?
Yeah.
Is it because it has a river and a cave and some ducks?
Yeah. I like that.
Which is the best bit?
The cave, because it's just beautiful, the nature. And if you're there on a sunny day at midday,
Yeah.
then it will just feel magical.
Keep walking.
I'm sure that midday day would be the best time, because then the sun will be gleaming down on it.
I know, and look at the sky. Oh, it is perfect. I think we've planned this trip marvellously. Come to Wetton Mill, definitely. That and the whole leisure path as well. It's so accessible.
Yeah,
anyone
can do it. Yeah.
Anyone can do it, and there's so many places to park. So you know, if you've got buggies or if you're in a wheelchair, you can go along the leisure path, no problem.
Yeah, and there'll be signs. There's signs around here to show you which paths, and the arrow, and it's colour coded. So look out for the arrows.
Yeah, so diamond path, leisure path, very, very good for anyone. Obviously the public footpaths, which are the small green dashed lines and the audience surveys, you can't guarantee what they're going to be like, but we're just going to go and explore. I'm going to see if I can get some of this view on the camera, but I just don't think I'm going to pick up the detail. I just don't.
See people standing at the top.
Yeah, but that's where we were this morning. It's crazy.
And now in the afternoon, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. See if I can zoom in. We were stood right on the top of that this morning. Now here we are, all the way over here, the other side of, yeah, kind of the other side of the valley.
Pretty much.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Right, zoom back out again. We're heading up here and continuing on our adventure. Let's go. So we've just popped out this muddy, rocky path into the here. Oh, look at this. Dry stone wall style. I keep calling it a style. Style.
Get over it with style.
Lizzie's showing me her style. Go on then.
I jump way too much.
Yeah, you're fine. You're a kid.
Yeah.
You're a lamb.
Yeah, but you know what happened?
Right, I need to get over the stile. I want to get over it before the people come. We have found a resident Shetland pony. Hello. Beautiful. Okay, bleating. Not sheep, but goats. Look at the kids. Oh. No, these are goats, darling, with their kids. Hello. Hello.
I think I have tested a baby goat.
What's a baby goat called? A kid.
Kid.
A kids. Hello.
Oh, there's two of them.
Look at this one over here.
They're just talking to each other.
They are talking to each
All of
other.
the babies are just yelling at each other.
Their little faces. Back at the start, this is the sign to Thors Cave that I filmed right at the very beginning, and this
It's the way we
is the car park that we stayed in. There's the Wetton Village just behind us. Stephen's gonna pop a pin.
Pop a pin.
Pop a pin.
Pop a pin.
Where
Description.
we've parked. So that if you've been inspired by our track, you can find it yourself. Although I would say there are some uneven footpaths, and there are definitely some sheer drops. Although the leisure way is very accessible. Oh, what a day! That was marvellous.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait to get back in the car now, yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna shut down for me?